our 5 classroom rules. Now, I bet you've been learning rules in all your classes. This class is really easy because there's just 5, and they are very simple. They're easy to remember, and we have motions to do, and I'm gonna repeat them, and you're gonna repeat them back to me. Okay, the first rule is rule number 1 because it's so important. The rule is rule number 1, follow directions quickly. Repeat after me, follow directions quickly.
Follow directions quickly.
Great, now also do this. Follow directions quickly.
Follow directions quickly.
Now when I say rule number 1, you say follow directions quickly. Rule number 1.
Follow directions quickly.
Thank you. Now, who can raise their hand and tell me, why do you think that it's follow directions quickly? Why is the word quickly so important in that rule? Carmela.
Because if you follow slowly, like something bad might happen. Like fire drill, you gotta get out quick. If it's actual fire drill, you get too slow. Bye bye.
Fire drill is a great example. That's like an emergency situation. Any other ideas? Like, what if we were doing a lesson and I was giving you directions? Why would following them quickly be important? What do you think, Jaden?
So that you won't mess up.
Yes. Have you ever been working in class and then suddenly it feels like the teacher is going way too fast and you're like 2 steps behind? You're like, I'm still gluing this. I can't turn the page yet. Have you ever been there? It's overwhelming, right? You're like, slow down, I can't get there. If you follow directions quickly, it helps to keep that from happening to you. So when I remind you to follow directions quickly, I'm reminding you to follow rule number 1. One more time. Rule number 1.
Follow directions quickly.
You guys are doing great, 100% participation. I love it. I bet you could probably guess what rule number 2 was, even if I didn't tell you. It is rule number 2, raise your hand for permission to speak. So repeat after me. Raise your hand for permission to speak. When I say rule number 2, you say raise your hand for permission to speak. Rule number 2.
Raise your hand for permission to speak.
Okay, very good. Have you ever been talking and then someone interrupts you?
Yes.
Raise your hand and tell me, how does that feel when that happens? There's more than one right answer here. How does it feel when someone interrupts you? Cooper?
Bad.
Bad is a very general word to describe the feeling. Any other more specific feelings, Ramon?
I feel like nobody cares about my opinion. Yeah.
Feels like nobody cares. Oh, that's hurtful. Bo?
It's kind of annoying.
It's annoying. Okay, very good. Anything else?
Disrespectful.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Plus, if it's your teacher talking, then you know they're saying something important and you're missing it because you're interrupting. If it's another classmate talking, they could be saying something to help you and you're missing it because you're interrupting. Yes?
It feels like what you're saying isn't important.
Exactly. I agree. Notice that the rule is not rule number 2, no talking, because we talk a lot. We speak a lot in this class. But the key is you have to speak when you have permission to speak. So sometimes I'll tell you, all right, everyone, turn and talk to your tables. Or I'll say, all right, raise your hand if you want to answer this question. Then people got to raise their hand and do that. All right, so rule number 2.
Raise your hand for permission to speak.
Very good. All right, rule number 3 is quite similar. Rule number 3 is to raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. So when I say rule number 3, you're going to say, raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. Ready? Rule number 3.
Raise your hand for permission to leave your seat.
Why do you think this is important enough to be a rule? Why do you think this matters so much? Janae?
So when you're talking, you don't disrupt the class.
Okay. Disrupting the class is a really good point. What else, Ayana?
So you don't have all the students walking around the classroom at one time.
Yes, if everyone was allowed to just get up whenever they wanted to, you can imagine what might happen, right? Somebody's getting a Kleenex, somebody's sharpening a pencil, somebody's checking out a book, somebody's just wandering around trying to talk to everyone that they know and catch up on how their life is going. But when that's happening, that can be distracting. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get really easily distracted. If I'm trying to work on something and things are going on over here and things are going on over here, I can get a little bit sidetracked. All right? So when I say rule number 3, you say, raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. Rule number 3.
Raise your hand for permission to leave your seat.
You guys are doing amazing. Let's say all 3 rules so far right in a row. When I say the number, you say the rule. Rule number 1.
Follow directions quickly.
Rule number 2.
Raise your hand for permission to speak.
Rule number 3.
Raise your hand for permission to leave your seat.
Y'all are doing great. I love the 100% participation. Okay, rule number 4, I think is the easiest one. Well, rule number 4 is to make smart choices. When I say rule number 4, you say make smart choices. Rule number 4.
Make smart choices.
Very good. Now, making smart choices I think this is a great rule because it's about choices. There are some things in your life that you can't control at all. Like sometimes you make mistakes, like you might oversleep and then you're late for school. You know, that's hard to control. Sometimes, I don't know, someone accidentally rips your project in half and then you're like, oh my gosh, my project is ruined. That's not really a choice. That's just something bad that happened to you that you have to deal with. Rule number 4 is about things that you can choose. You can choose the things that you have control over. Like you can choose the words that you say. You can choose the actions that you do. Sometimes I give you guys choices, like when you want to read independently, I let you have a choice of where you sit. And that's up to you to make a smart choice. You wouldn't want to sit next to someone who's going to get you off track. You wouldn't want to sit in a place that's uncomfortable for you, or a place where you couldn't pay attention. So this is all about things that you choose. When I am watching you work in class and I walk up to you and say, you need to make a smarter choice there, that just means like, look at what you're doing. Is there something you can control that you can change to make yourself more successful? Rule number 4.
Make smart choices.
Awesome. Last rule is my personal favorite. Rule number 5 is to keep your dear teacher happy. And this is how you say this rule. Keep your dear teacher happy. And you have to grin with your widest smile when you say that one too, to keep your teacher happy. Rule number 5.
Keep your dear teacher happy.
That's a great grin, Laurent. I love it. You could be on the poster for this rule. Okay, what do you think makes your teacher happy? Why would this be a rule? Like what makes the teacher happy? What do you think, Jacoby?
Being respectful.
Being respectful. Everybody likes respect. That's really true. Sam, what do you listen? Listening. Good. Cooper? It's okay, we can come back to
Following
you.
directions.
Yeah, following all the other rules is a good one. Like rules 1 through 4, that would keep the teacher happy. Ayana?
Not interrupting.
Good. Okay. Why do you think that I come to work every day? Why am I here? Like, what makes me excited to come here every day for school? Brady?
Because you love us.
I love you. Yes. So because I love you, what do I want for you?
Respect.
I want you guys to learn. I'm the happiest when you guys are the happiest. So when you're learning and when you're happy, that makes me happy. So when kids are being rude to each other, that doesn't make me happy. When kids are being rude to me, that doesn't make me happy. When kids aren't doing their work, that doesn't make me happy. But on the flip side, if I walk around and I see kids are making smart choices, they're being kind to one another, kids are working hard, those are the things that keep your dear teacher happy, right? Rule number 5.
Keep your dear teacher happy.
Awesome job. We're going to go through rules number 1 through 5. Do you remember all the motions?
Yes.